here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are semi-live with our backup recording. Our
Yeah.
upload bandwidth seems to have died tonight, so we're still going to have our game. This will be uploaded later on the YouTube backup site, or if I can get it up on Twitch later as a VOD. So, just really quick again, John, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm John Ryer. I'm a longtime gamer. Been gaming since 70. Well, gaming per se, I would say 76, but RPGs 77, 78. I've been involved with a couple of companies, one of which is TriTech, but I have my own game company. It goes by under my name, so yeah, you just search for my name and you'll find it on Drive Through RPG. I make games. Use my own rule set, and I also have some Fiasco and some Savage World stuff up there. Yay! Yeah, I'm also on the Sunday Skyper, so I've been doing podcasting for a while now.
Nice. Steven.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Steven. If you're a longtime listener to Steam, Steal, and Murder, you've heard my voice before. I'm terribly boring in real life, so I don't promote anything. But on the plus side, I rotate in and out regularly on Steam, Steal, and Murder, so listen to that if you aren't already.
There we go. Yeah, Steven's been with us for many, many years. Probably close to the decade mark that the podcast is going for. Sharon.
Hey, I'm Sharon Jackson. I've done Steam, Steal, and Murder and Out of Steam, and I've been gaming for a couple decades now, so I love it. I like it, and I like you, Bert.
Nice. So yes, I'm Bert, BizLab on the inner tubes. I am the host and primary GM of the Of Steam, Steal, and Murder podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com, and here more recently on twitch.tv/Steam, Steal, and Murder. I've been gaming for nigh on 40 years. I'm an old cuss, much like my friend John here. So tonight, Gamma World 2nd Edition. This is our Sunday Funday stream, so we play old TSR games, very old, but we like to give it a little bit of a modern twist with some story game elements. And tonight, that story game element is going to come in the form of building our enclave, our beginning city, with a little system called the Quiet Years. This is a fun little game in its own right, and it's by John McDaldno, McDaldno. Really fun to pick up. If you guys use Roll20 out there, there's actually a Roll20 module for it that you can get for Roll20. But tonight, here's how this works. First, we're going to have just a discussion about some basics of our enclave, okay? So we're going to start off. There are 3 tech levels in Gamma World. Tech level 1 is a very small enclave. It could even be a nomadic one. It has limited resources and almost no defenses. So like no walls, no real way to keep out people that want to poach or predators. Tech level 2 has several resources. Fortifications are present, and is a fairly large established enclave. It's been around for a while. You might even have a few technological advancements. Tech level 3, major resources, major fortifications, lots of populations, and typically you're taking over like an old military base or an old city that you've reclaimed. Now, Gamma World 2nd Edition takes place hundreds of years after the last, they call it the Social War, which is interesting. But they call it the Social War that happened hundreds of years ago. Nuclear weapons flew everywhere and left behind the remnants of humanity, not many, and mutant forms. But we'll get to that at the very end of today's stream for character generation. But right now, what seems most appealing to you guys as your home base? A tech level 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going to weigh in. I'm going to just let you guys discuss and come to an idea of what you would like to play in.
Well, what's the difference?
Again, how many resources are available and how large your population is and how much access do you have to the technology of the ancients.
Okay, so what's the ballpark on each one?
So, as I understand it, tech level 1 would be basically a nomadic caravan.
Yeah.
Maybe an actual campsite, small stone huts and caveman type stuff. Tech level 2 would be a little bit more feudalistic. You'd have blacksmiths, some basic infrastructure, maybe a sewer if you're lucky. Tech level 3 is you're in like an old compound or something, maybe a couple of cities interconnected. And what you have access to is, for the sake of the world, the best that the world has to offer.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's actually going to define what kind of game we're playing. So if you want a tech level 1 game, you're saying you want a game that moves around a lot. Location and geography changes quite frequently. A tech level 2 or 3 game, you're more centralized. You're going to go out and explore somewhat, but you're pretty much always going to come back to home base. And the base itself is like the center point of your lives. So take that into account.
Yeah.
And tech level 3, I guess, would actually be playing a little bit more defensive, as other places would probably try to be stealing your stuff.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
basically, Tech Level 1, the first Mad Max movie, or the second, yeah. Tech Level 2, the second Mad Max movie, and Tech Level 3, the current Mad Max movie.
Could be.
I mean,
Could be.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how it worked out. I mean, he was very nomadic in the first one. Second one, there was a base, but they always go out and raid. And of course, the most recent one, Immortal Joe had a civilization going.
Yeah, but Immortal Joe would still actually be tech level 2. Tech level 3 would still give you like at least a local quick care clinic or something in medical facilities.
Yeah.
Maybe an actual old school doctor. You'd have an actual library or something on premises.
Okay, so Waterworld.
More Waterworld, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mud city where heck it was called, not the boat.
So what kind of game do you guys feel like you're more interested in playing? Again, tech level 1 is going to be a more traveling game. You're going to see a lot more places. Tech level 2 and 3. 2 is going to be some travel and some defense. 3 is going to be almost all, as Stephen put it, defense, because you have all the resources you want for the most part. So it's going to be about the struggles of keeping this mini population happy. It's going to be about defending against marauders and people coming in to take your stuff.
Or conquest, because you're wrong.
Conquest, yeah, quite possibly.
I'm voting for tech level 2.
Yeah, because it gives us some. Yeah, I actually kind of agree, because 1, it's just Mad Max. But 2, you got a place to go back to, but you need to go out and get stuff. So I actually kind of like 2, and 3 is way too settled.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy with 2. I generally agree with John's assessment. I would like a little bit more to strive for than what 3 gives at a start out.
Sure. Okay. So the next question, and this is where we kind of interface with the Quiet Years game. Each of you choose a resource, and you can use even the broadest sense of what a resource is. And then once you guys have chosen a resource, decide which one is going to be the most abundant to your enclave. So, John, what's a resource?
Water.
Water. Okay. Stephen?
Agriculture.
Okay.
So farming.
Sure. And Sharon?
Iron.
Iron. Okay. Out of the 3, what is the most abundant?
Agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Food is the only thing we never really have to worry about for ourselves, except that it's also the, prettiest target and, juiciest thing that people want to steal.
Sure.
Yeah. And it is
So even though we have a lot of it, we won't keep it unless we defend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the way this works is agriculture is going to be something that your enclave, your tribe has very little to worry about. It's abundant. You've got stores of it, etc. Water and iron, however, are going to be things that are scarce for you. Okay. What kind of government does your enclave has? Is it clannish? Is it feudal? Is it council based? Do you have elections? Again, you guys discuss and decide what kind of form you'd be happy with.
A narco-syndicus commune? No.
I like feudal. It's kind of the simplest and
Yeah.
also one that would probably emerge most likely.
I was thinking more of a council based, but I'm good with feudal.
Could be both. I mean, king and his knights. Knights have votes. I guess that's a parliamentary monarchy.
Yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're knights.
Yeah.
No,
you're not going
definitely
to
not
be.
us.
Yeah.
If anything, we're knight errants that just get sent out.
But it could be something you're striving for, because one of the concepts of this game, Gamma World, is status. So, John, are you happy with that? A feudal environment, but the king has a ruling council that's able to...
Yep, that sounds good.
King has to delegate. Also, feudal has an inherent status system, so bonus.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so the next part now is we're going to interface more with the Quiet Years game. So the way this works is each person is going to have a turn. During that turn, it is not open to discussion unless they choose it to be, which is a specific action. Normally, we would be drawing cards because this is Quiet Years is a GM-less game, but I am an impartial party. So what I'm going to be doing is just drawing the cards for you and telling you what the choices are, and I won't have a say in this part of it at all. So we're playing through 1 year of your enclaves, what's happened to your enclave, what's going on, and this gives us a little bit of history as to where the Gamma World game will start. Okay? Each week, we'll call it a week, and we're going to start in, where are we starting? Give me a second here. We're starting in spring. So each week, each of you will draw a card. There's 2 choices on the card. You tell me which one you want. You finish whatever the choice is. After that, you get to take 1 action. The action is discover something new, and you just come up with this. So your enclave discovers something new. It can be whatever you want to define that is. Start a project, which it can be, again, however you want to define that, but your enclave has started some kind of project that will take time for it to complete, to finish. The third thing is hold a discussion. This is where you want to bring something up to the council and the king or queen. We haven't decided that yet. And this is where you are actively asking for input from the rest of the players. Okay? And so I'm just going to go across the screen, and we're going to start with John. So, John, I am drawing the card for spring. That card is the 2 of hearts. So here are your choices. There's a large body of water on the map. Where is it, and what does it look like? Or there's a giant man-made structure on the map. Where is it, and why is it abandoned? I am going to move our Roll20 over to the grid map where we're going to be drawing things in. So here we go.
Okay.
So if you want to zoom in a little bit, I've already placed your enclaves sort of towards the middle of the map.
Okay.
Okay. So out of those questions, which one do you want to interface with?
Well, we did say water is scarce.
Yep.
Possibly because
it's a bit of a trick.
Or
it's used also, or it's used primarily for agriculture. Can't spare any for unnecessary things.
Yeah. But I am thinking out loud, so I'm not actually discussing. I'm thinking out loud.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what's the scale on these hexes?
Each one is about 8 kilometers. Game is in metric.
That's fine. You know what?
Go ahead and choose a drawing tool and put it in as. I think you actually only get access to the token layer. So just kind of use the freehand tool or even the text tool and put it in wherever you want.
Well, I have a feeling that what I want, so you get the border set and the fill set. No, okay. Border is that. Okay, thank you. Fill is... I despair of the color choices they have in Roll20.
Yeah.
But and then hold shift to draw a lake. There's that large body of water 16 kilometers away.
Perfect. Okay, so now you take your action. You can discover something new, hold a discussion about something, or start a project.
So, with the project one, what is the project?
Whatever
entail?
you wanted to find. So it could be building something like a library. It could be building like a desalination plant. It's usually just something that takes time to accomplish.
Well, since I found a lake, the project we're starting is, well, an aqueduct.
An aqueduct. Okay, sounds good. Roll me a d6.
You read.
Okay, a 2. This means that is how many weeks it's going to take to complete, or how many cycles it's going to take to complete. Okay?
Yeah. So we're building aqueduct to the lake and hopefully get that water to us.
Cool. All right, I'm going to go directly down from you. Sharon, still with us there?
Yep.
Okay, it is your turn. I have drawn the King of Hearts. Here are your choices. A young boy starts digging in the ground and discovers something unexpected. What is it? Or, an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done?
Okay. Unexpected, I would say a cache of resources. Maybe aluminum or steel. A cache of steel.
Okay. Cache of resources, and it's going to be steel. So is it bar steel, steel ingots, or just a massive structure that you can harvest for steel?
Nope, steel ingots.
Okay. All right, so the next part is you get to take an action. Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Yep. Does our village have a wall?
That's where you get to define things. So if you want the project to be a wall, well, actually, we took tech level 2, so there already is some defenses in place, so that you probably do have something of a wall. So if you want to make that wall better,
yeah, I want to reinforce the wall.
okay, roll me a d6.
Yeah. Current wall's made out of barbed wire and fence posts.
If you have, you can either roll in roll 20, or you can just roll a physical dice. Doesn't matter to me, Sharon. Okay, also a 2. Okay, also a 2. All right, so Stephen.
Woohoo!
The last week of spring, we have a 4 of hearts. So your choices are: what important and basic tools does the community lack? Or where are you storing your food, and why is this a risky place to store things?
Lack of tools or risky place to store things?
Choose wisely.
There is a certain tool that we lack, and that is, welding equipment. Ideally, they want like the aqueduct to be just a pipe that runs from the lake. It's hard to fit the pipes together watertight because, we don't have welding equipment or proper pipe fitting.
Sure. Yeah, that works fine. So your actions: discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
What does hold a discussion actually entail? Just talking to the other players, or something
well,
else?
it's actually your community. Something has come up in your community where the higher ups or the controllers of a particular area, might even be the king and his council, have to hold a discussion about something, some matter. But it actively invites the other players to do the discussion.
Hold a discussion then, because I'm all for interactive and giving suggestions.
So
and the topic
hold on. So you have 2 choices here. You can ask a question, or you can make a declaration. So with the mega declaration, you state something has happened, and then that's it. You don't get to do more, but you can talk about it with everyone else, but that's it. With ask a question, you, as in Stephen, get to have the final, not the final say, but the final whatever it is you're talking about.
Declaration. The king and the council declared that the lake needs to be secured for aqueduct purposes, and also because it's a vital resource that isn't centrally located in the town.
Okay. So discuss.
Yeah. I mean, in that case, it means that while we're building around the town, we probably need to at least build a wall where we're putting in the aqueduct. We're going to make an assumption, which Jim can actually override, but assumption is that the lake is actually at a higher elevation than we are, so we need to build some sort of wall around the intake.
No, this is all you. I don't decide anything, so you guys get to decide this. Another important point about the discussion, sorry, Stephen, is that you don't resolve anything. You bring up questions and you talk about it, but that doesn't mean anything gets resolved. If you want to resolve it, you take your actions in the future to resolve it. Okay?
So, yes, about the issue, it's like the lack of tools. The aqueduct's going to be completed World 2 weeks, so it'd actually be like nearing finish at the end of this week. But it's not as good as the lead architect wanted it to be. I mean, he just doesn't have the material. It's leaking like a sieve. So that needs to be fixed. There's also the, like the water pump that got put up at the lake in the distillation, the basic distillation facility.
We could see the leaks if we were to, go in there and just put in tar, get some tar, but we need tar. We don't have tar.
And tar wouldn't be the best because that'd affect the flavor of the water.
Okay.
I mean, beggars being choosers and all, but.
So do you think that the wall, reinforcing the walls needs to be extended to encompass the lake as well?
At least the pump house, at least where the pump is.
There's also the issue that, the lake's 16 kilometers away. That's impractical to build a wall along the entire length of the aqueduct. We can secure both locations, but, patrol routes will have to be established and all that.
We can also try burying the pipe. I mean, I would imagine there's a hill somewhere, like in T12, there's a hill that we either go over or we go through.
Excellent solution, but we need to be able to seal the pipe better so it doesn't leak and get poison sediments all throughout.
Yeah.
So again,
it's like tree sap.
We're not going to be able to resolve this. So it's like rabble. We gotta
find a way to solve this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did everybody feel like they got to say something that can be accomplished later?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for resolving this question, only the player who did it can resolve it, or
anyone can resolve it on your action as part of your action. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So what this simulates
is, if it's convenient.
So what this simulates is the fact that communities often will get together, discuss, and then nothing happens. It is just more and more discussion, or someone takes action and something happens.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we are now going.
Gold star for me. Pat on the back.
Right. So we are now going into summer. And again, we're doing an abbreviated version of this game. Okay.
Yeah.
So summer means that each of the projects that are on the board roll down one die. So nothing's completed yet, but everything is one season closer to completion.
Oh, so it's not weeks; it's more like seasons.
Yeah, I'm doing it in seasons.
And it makes sense because building a pipe, we're either doing with using that steel that Sharon found, or we're basically finding pipes.
Right. Okay, so now we're going into summer, and we're back with you, John. I've drawn the Queen, and the Queen is a project finishes early. Which one and why?
Ooh.
So you get to choose. It doesn't have to be the one you brought up.
No. Actually, I think the wall project finishes early.
Okay.
And it finishes early because along with that steel that we found buried in the ground, we also found cinder blocks.
Okay,
Cinder blocks make great walls. There's no mortar, but we're filling sand in the holes in the cinder block, or drawing posts in the cinder block. Basically, we're making the wall secure as best we can. We don't have any cement, but we can work around that.
So it finishes early because you found better materials that make everything go faster.
Yeah.
Okay. So your actions: discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a new project.
Let's try discover something new.
Sure. What
does that involve? What do I do? I just simply declare?
You just state something, declare something.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a situation, it could be a thing, it could be a location.
Digging that tunnel through the hill in T12, we find out what that steel ingots were part of. And it's absolutely useless to us because unfortunately it's been there for God knows how long. But that hill is not really a hill. It's the remains of an old forge.
Okay.
Blast furnace. It's the remains of an old blast furnace. Unfortunately, it's just cast iron, steel, and it's completely useless other than maybe you might find some coke. But, you don't want to use coke in your oven.
Sure. So you find a gigantic blast furnace that's not quite ready to use, but you find
Yeah. Well, no, it can't be used because it wasn't shut down properly.
Okay.
Slag?
Oak slag. Yeah, it's solid. There's a big block of steel in there, or at least iron in that furnace. Yeah, you're not starting it over again.
So either just type in something, and you said hex 12 is where it's going to be.
T12. Yeah.
T12?
T12.
Make a drawing or just put in some words. Either one is fine.
Okay.
Suggest a good question about what our town is.
Mm-hmm. Could be
company town, all that.
Well, Stephen, you're up next, so maybe you can answer that question. We have the 4 of diamonds. Okay. And you can interpret...
my last card of 4, too?
You can interpret these questions any way you want to that makes sense, okay? So the questions are either the eldest among you dies, what caused the death? So the eldest could be the king, up to you. Or... the eldest among you is very sick. Caring for them and searching for a cure requires the help of the entire community. If you choose that one, what happens is if any projects are still on the board, they do not roll down a die in the next season. So everything takes longer.
Hope that's not working.
How are you feeling, John? You're healthy, right?
Yeah, I'm healthy. I'm fine.
So the eldest is either dead or dying.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Damn. Sorry. You got to.
But this lets me also define who
the eldest is. Yeah.
In what particular? Yeah.
Yep.
The eldest was a let's call him the Oracle.
Sure.
I see the future.
Yes, but he was not an actually mobile person, but he was a man hooked up into a computer system and kept alive through advanced medicines that we no longer really understood or really have access to. And he died because, old age, but the facilities prolonging his life did not have the resources to keep him running any longer. So we lost the teacher that was really rebuilding this town.
Perfect. Yeah, that works very well. So now your actions: discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Thinking, pondering.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering, Pinky?
Discover something new.
Okay. What do you discover?
With the elders, he foresaw his own death and he was making preparations. He informed us of, at the time, while he was hale relatively and hardy, it was too dangerous to go after this. But with his death and that we've lost such a precious resource of knowledge and education for the enclave, he informed us of, a settlement way off in the distance that potentially is undiscovered to this day and may have resources comparable to what he was, medicine, information, all sorts of good stuff, mostly unknown, could be totally ransacked in a dry hole. And he hasn't informed us of it because, it's far away, it's dangerous out there. Take this, young soldier, and
Okay.
hand you a wooden sword.
So,
But with his death, he didn't want the potential to go unknown. He leaves that curse and burden of knowledge with his the council and his successor.
Okay. Pick a hex, and then either draw a little something or put some words in it so we know what it is. And so that's hidden. Only his successor knows about it.
Choose way up in the corner, C23. That's a good distance away. Let's see. So
you sure you want to go way down in the corner, like PP14?
Well, it's the top right corner in this case.
Oh, top right. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, just drop it in there. Call it whatever you want, and just so that I get this right, only one person in the community knows it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the council.
Oh, the council
the king and his
knows
council.
it's there. Okay, good enough. All right, Sharon, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, your card for summer. Ooh, is the king.
Again.
All right. So, normally if there were more players, it would mean that summer comes to an end early. But for you, what this means is you take 2 actions this week. So you don't have to make a choice. Summer just ends early this year. So winter comes earlier than expected, but you can take 2 actions. So
Fall,
again,
you mean, comes earlier.
Fall comes earlier. So your actions again are discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. You get to do 2 of these this time.
Okay. The first one is discovering an old hydroelectric plant near the lake.
Okay.
Say.
Yeah, go ahead. And which hex do you want that in?
In T10.
T10. Okay. So just you can just type in hydroelectric. In that hex would be fine. Or yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what is your next one?
Okay. Actually trying to make the first one work.
I got you.
Okay.
Yep.
And the second one is making the hydroelectric plant operational.
Ooh. So that would be starting a project. Okay.
It's starting a project, yes.
Roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
We're going to need that welding equipment.
And that is a 1.
Nice. So this will end before the game starts. That's good. Okay. So we come to the next season, which means that your hydro plant is up and functional. It also means that your aqueducts are built.
Yay. Okay. Water's coming to the farms finally. I mean, we had farms, but now we got more water for them. We can grow rice.
So going into autumn, I drew the 6 for you. So introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community, or conflict flares up among community members, and as a result, a project fails. Now, you don't currently have any empty projects.
So, yeah, it's going to be a dark mystery among the members of the community.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm going to be playing a raccoon. So, yeah. it really does affect me because things have gone missing, but not just normal things. We're talking important, things, also things of personal value. Like, someone has an old thing, has something from the old times, and it's gone missing. And everyone keeps looking at the raccoon going, you, no, not me, not me. I didn't do anything. Someone's stealing.
Okay, so it's important to the community. So what is it that's gone missing, that's been stolen?
Oh, we're talking important stuff. We're talking things like that new, we need a welder. We remember you talking, we need a welder. Now we need some wrenches because they've gone missing.
Ooh, okay. So basically fundamental tools have gone missing.
Yeah. Someone has stolen them. Yeah, I actually go with fundamental tools have gone missing, which will make any project harder now.
Yeah. Okay, and we don't know who it is, but it is causing concern amongst the population. Okay, what is your action this round?
So we got either a new thing, discussion, or
discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
I'm sticking with water. I'm a raccoon. I want water so I can wash stuff. Make a reservoir. Bringing the water here is all fine and good, but we need some place to put it while we.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to start a place to hold and contain water for future use. Roll me a d6.
Some sort of reservoir. Either we're going to build a big old tank, or we're going to actually make a dam, make a little pond. 3 weeks. 3 seasons, so it will not be done by the game.
It won't be by the time the game starts, but it will start. So where do you want it? Within the city walls or without the city walls?
In the city walls. You see where the line is, where the line stops? It'll be right there. So I'll just point it right there. I'll just put a little box right with some. Give you a different color line, magenta. Nope.
Okay. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go on to Stephen. And Autumn, your card. Ooh.
Is it 4 again?
No, it's a king. A natural disaster strikes the area. What is it? Choose one. Hold on. What is it? That's a question. And then choose one of these. You focus on getting everyone to safety, which means you remove any abundance and all projects fails. Or you focus on protecting your supplies and hard work at any cost. Several people die as a result. So those are your 3 choices. But first of all, what is the disaster?
Well, giving the setting of Gamma World, basing it off of that, I think we'll consider this the natural disaster, and that is a raiding party. A warring traveling band saw the plum target that we wore. And we're just building up the fortifications, but like I said, the pipe's still not protected. There's people out and about. There's water to be had, and people died protecting the projects.
Okay, people died. Several people die. Okay.
I mean, we're not giving up our stuff.
Yeah. We fought them off valiantly.
Many people and raccoons died for this aqueduct.
Yeah. So do you want to further define who or what the raiding party was?
Well, the raiding party was, of course, a Mad Max style, mobile, raiders, mutants. There's probably a powerful figure at the lead. There always is. We don't know where they came from exactly because they have far more mobility than we have on average. I mean, we probably have some sort of vehicle, maybe horse-drawn carriages or something like that. Maybe one truck or something of significance.
Beast-drawn, yeah.
But these people had, some motorcycles, some bare bones hot rods. They were much faster than us, and they were, everybody, 4 or 5 to a vehicle, which was much more mobile than our enclave is as a whole. So they were able to hit us, and some of us died, and when they were, hitting us, swords came out, crossbows, bows, some guns shot back, but they were able to do their classic hit and run.
Okay.
They took what they wanted, more or less.
So I'm going to put this down as a highly mobile mutant raiding team.
Very much that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For me.
All right. So what is your action for this season?
Which is also why we haven't gone to that advanced facility that the Oracle knew about. It's just, there's highly mobile raiders out there. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Get this wooden sword. Man, what is it with him and these wooden swords?
All right. So what is your action this round?
Retribution.
Okay, so that could be a discussion about retribution.
Yes, I am going to hold a conversation. It was not even really started by the king or the council, but it's the people themselves.
Yeah, a lot of people died, so
people died. They once they're upset. They want to strike back.
Okay, so are you making a statement then, or are you asking a question?
I'm making a statement.
Okay, what
the
is
king
that
has to take action at this. So the action that he takes is that he sends out scouting parties.
Okay, so the king must take action and should send out scouting parties. Okay, so discuss.
Yeah.
Rabble. My mom died in that raid.
I mean, hey, folks died, but we still have Youngin's still alive, and so we send out parties. Okay, then someone else from the south shows up, someone from the east shows up. I mean, we have to maintain protection here. Yes, we're starting to develop into a tech level 3, but we're still tech level 2. Type of situation. But yeah, we also got to remember we can't leave ourselves defenseless, so we can't send a big raiding party. But we probably could maybe send someone there if we can find where they're holed up. They had bikes.
They had to have a refueling station somewhere, right? They weren't solar powered, were they?
No, you could smell that they're burning something. I don't think they're burning gas. They're probably burning ethanol or alcohol. So somewhere out there's a big old brewery.
Sharon, bring something to the discussion. So what else are the people saying about this?
They hit us once, they're going to hit us again.
Of course, they're going to hit us again.
Of course, we're easy money.
We got to be ready. We need defenses of our own, but we got to find out where they are. And people are discussing rabble.
Yeah.
If we could find out where they're brewing all this fuel for them, destroy it. They can't raid without fuel. Makes it easier for us to then defend ourselves if they have to rebuild everything. And maybe they realize maybe we trade instead of steal.
If they know our strength and that we can hit them back like they hit us.
That means we don't send a major strike force. We send a strike team to find them and take them out.
Gee, I wonder who's going to be. They'll pay tenfold first.
No. How do you think we got where we are?
Sharon, is there anything else?
Through our hard work that they tried to steal.
Sharon, is there anything else you want to bring up in the discussion?
Well, I think that maybe we're looking about this the wrong way. Going on the offensive might not be the best idea. They overran us, so maybe it's not the wisest thing to try to go on the offensive against them. We might get wiped out.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have down that the king must take action. Scouting parties are needed. Defenses are needed. Finding out where they are because people smelled alcohol burning and not fuel or not gas. Small strike team needed to go out. Does everybody think that the community has said their piece?
Yes, because of what the community said. The king says, all right, middle ground, we send out some scouts.
Oh, no. Can't resolve this. Can't resolve it. Someone has to take an action to resolve it.
Yep.
Well,
And-
yes, but I still made the statement, and
Right.
that's
Yeah.
the reason
And-
for the statement.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
of course,
Gotcha.
And of course, I have to do this. Winter is coming.
Yes, winter is
Yes,
coming.
winter is coming.
However, we have Sharon's turn for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last bit of autumn.
Yeah.
A 4. So Sharon got the 4 this time.
Boars and kings, Jesus.
Okay, Sharon, here are your choices. The strongest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the weakest among you dies. Who's to blame for their death? And you can tie that into what's already gone on, or you can come up with something of your own.
Okay, I'm going to say the weakest died because of as part of the raid.
Okay.
What, the younglings?
A youngling, yes, a youngling died because of the raid. Just succumbed to events.
Ooh, okay. So children died because of the raid. Is that what you want to go with?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. All right.
Gotta stop having field trips to the aqueduct.
So why was it primarily the children? Were the raiders targeting children?
No, they just we just got complacent.
Oh, okay. So they weren't defended, maybe. And
Exactly.
yeah, ooh.
Question: does death actually have to be death, or could they hypothetically be kidnapped, as in they're no longer on our team?
Well, it's up to Sharon to divide it to excuse me, interpret the question.
It could be a combination of both. We don't know.
Okay.
Well, let me add a little, not discussion. If you want to increase your numbers, you don't steal the boys.
Mm.
Okay. Well,
Do you want to add anything more to this, Sharon? Again, it's up to you to interpret and state however you like.
well, no. I'm saying we don't know. They could be dead. They could have been kidnapped. We don't know.
Okay.
They were grabbing people. They were grabbing people out of the fields
Oh, okay.
that looked young.
So they were taken either way. We don't know their fate, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
So the youngest young are probably still safe. It's the teens who are out in the fields who
Yes.
probably got grabbed. Okay.
All right. So children taken by the raiders.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. So what is your action for this season?
Okay. I don't know how to represent this on the map, but start training our people to be a militia.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
So you start a project. You start a militia. Roll a d6.
Yep.
Watch it be a 6.
No, it'll
Oh.
finish. It will finish. Okay.
Wow.
Coming out with these ones left and right.
Yeah.
Okay, so is the militia, that would include like barracks as well. So is the militia located within the city walls or without the city walls?
I would actually say mostly within, but a few without. Like some around the hydro plant, some around the blast furnace.
Patrols, and we swap
Yeah.
about. Yeah. Well, the blast furnace is mostly just a resource. It's absolutely useless, but it's a resource.
No, but I'm
Well, I
saying
mean, we
like,
can mine iron from it.
Yeah. If we had a blowtorch.
Sharon, go ahead. Yeah, let Sharon finish. So,
Sorry.
no, I'm just saying there would be some within the city walls and a few around our essential resources, which would be
okay.
the hydro plant, the lake, and the blast furnace.
May I ask a clarifying question, Shannon?
Yeah.
So you say militia. That just means the populace themselves are being trained. It's not like a standing army regiment. They're just all every person in the enclave, more or less, the volunteers anyway, are called up to fight when it becomes time. Is that what you mean?
What I mean is that most of the people in the able-bodied people in the populace are being trained to use any weaponry at hand.
Yeah, awesome. So it's already assumed that you have some defensive force because you're tech level 2. So Sharon is creating a militia where like every able-bodied citizen is shown how to shoot guns, how to use lances, how to use bows and arrows if needed. Does that work for you, Sharon?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. All right, so we are going into winter now.
Mm-hmm.
So it completes. The militia is founded. Buildings for them are made. You've got your resources and structures in and outside covered by them. Winter 9 is. Ooh. This is not a choice. Someone goes missing. They're alone in the winter element. Choose one. The community organizes constant search parties, and eventually the person is found, which results in project dice are not reduced this week. Oh, actually, yeah, that means a militia would not be built, actually. Or no one ever hears from that person again. And so it has to be someone fairly important if the whole community is organizing for this.
Yeah, because so I think I'm going to go with the first option, which is we find them, but it's going to take us all winter. It's the person who basically they're the farmer. They're the one that basically has overseen everything we've ever done for agriculture. They know about seeds, about germinating plants, how to,
But it's winter.
I know. It's still important because if he's gone, come spring, we don't have that knowledge anymore. It's basically, we just lost a person who knows how to. I can plant a seed, but he knows the optimal time to plant the seed. I can go ahead.
Yeah, just to be clear, it's winter.
Yeah.
We either have a farmer or we have a militia.
I'm looking at long term. Long term, we need a farmer more than we need militia. So it means it will end when we start the game.
Yeah.
We'll get them all. Yeah. So they'll be in place. They're just being delayed by one season.
Yeah, if you choose this, it just means at the beginning of our game, the militia is essentially finishing forming. They'll still be a little rough, untried, but it will finish.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
part of the thing is that hey, we took the volunteers and they've been out there searching. So hey, it's training. Oh yeah. So yeah. We find yeah. So, and the reason why he went missing was he's been experimenting with fermentation.
Yeah, nice. All right. So what is your action for winter?
I can discover something new, make a decoration, or start a project. Am I correct?
Yeah. Hold a discussion so you can declare something or you can ask a question.
Renew. The project we're going to start is, it'd be nice if we actually had something a bit more than I hold up the sword made out of a fender of an old car. For me, it's like there's all that cast iron. We need to start getting access to that. We need to actually start figuring out how we can get access and start mining all that iron that's in that blast furnace.
Okay. Yep. So you're going to start a project to basically make all that huge amount of metal usable by the populace. Okay. Roll a d6.
Yep.
Okay.
Our solution is brute force.
So it'll finish soon after the game begins.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah. All right, Stephen, you got a 5 this time.
Are you sure? Did we use all the 4s?
Okay, so either winter elements destroy a food source. If this was your only food source, add a scarcity. So something that was common now becomes scarce. Or winter elements leave everyone cold, tired, and miserable. Project dice are not reduced this week. Okay, so again, it's going to delay everything. Although in winter, since we're going to be starting the game, that's not that big of a deal.
Can we petition the listening audience for a reroll?
Unfortunately, we are not live.
Yeah. So if you get reduced or not reduced this week, does that stack or is that just?
No, it just further. It's another option. So the 2 projects that are still on the table will finish during the beginning of our game. Is just what that means.
Cold and miserable sounds better.
I think all the militia people that were training have lost their verve for this. some of the passions have died down. They've been doing the search and rescue in the middle of winter. They succeeded, but it was cold, and this guy was off who knows where making explosive distilleries because he has to feed his alcoholism. It's disillusions some people. They're not as enthusiastic about the training on top of all the other work that they have to do. This is a feudal society. This is a volunteer militia that is putting in extra time away from their own farming or their own winter crafts of making clothes and all that, and they're getting a little ragged. The search and rescue has really dragged them out even longer, and they have to do a lot to catch up. So they're taking time away to catch up on their actual winter work, which delays the militia training a bit more.
So they're going to start the game worn out, tired, and miserable.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so what is your action in winter?
So I've already held 2 discussions. So what are the other options? Find something new or
start a project.
Or start a project.
Start a project. Could do something Project D, or I could find something new. And to clarify, finding something new would be like finding something on the board. Is that correct, or could it be within?
It could be within the community, but it's generally
on the board.
Right. Something that's going to be placed on the board.
The king, being the wise king, potentially an AI computer program. I'm not sure. Nobody's really said. Being the wise computer, we call him Al because capital letters A-L, A-I. We thought it was an L. King Al. So King Al, in his infinite wisdom, found entertainment.
Okay.
Seeing the low spirits and the begrudged citizenry found in
Charlie Brown Christmas. No.
What we found particularly was entertainment, but how we found it is that there's an old rundown mall not too far away. And within that mall, of course, was a old theater with movie projectors, which we, just stole and brought back. And we've been, King Al has been putting forth entertaining movies of eras bygone.
Okay. So we should put this at the right date. So this game was published in
The Sound of Music is very popular.
1983. So what was the top hits in 1983?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters.
So you find
was Back to the Future also and also Star Wars?
Remember,
Victoria, I think.
multiplexes didn't exist in '83.
Yeah, they did.
Well, not like
the game was written in '83, but it's assumed that we were already well into like the 2020s or 2050s when the
remember they developed robots, so we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
but still, like The Sound of Music is very popular for some reason.
And it's probably a digital archive. It could even be holograms. So you found it.
That King Al has. He just didn't have the equipment to project them before.
Now he
on
does.
a large scale. Now he does.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
so should I put like the mall center or just leave
go ahead
the
and place the
within?
mall somewhere so we know where it is. If other people want to go and scavenge there.
So.
BD 14.
The one I like is Guardians of the Galaxy 6 because it's got this character I really like in it.
Yeah. So are people cool with the king being an AI and the council are actually the people that are manipulating the computer to get the king's word out?
Sure.
You guys like that?
I mean,
manipulated, designated by the king.
Yeah.
Which
That explains
column A,
why.
column B.
They're
Together.
programmers.
That explains why the Oracle died. Basically,
Yeah.
it was a choice: keep the king running, or
Yeah.
we keep the Oracle alive.
Yeah, it makes
We keep the
makes
king
sense.
running.
Yeah, the Oracle was the original programmer.
Yeah, so you have an
Mm.
AI as your king or leader of the. That makes sense. All right,
Yeah.
so
Also,
go
King
ahead.
is still smarter than the entire council individually, at least.
Yeah.
Which
But
is why we follow him.
But he's been programmed not to. He's 3 laws compliant.
Asimov compliant. All right, so Sharon, here we go. Winter for you. We drew the 7.
Ooh.
Okay,
Oh.
this is actually kind of mild, but could be interesting. What is winter like in this area? How do the community members react to the weather? So actually, you get to decide how temperate or how severe weather is in this area. What's it like, Sharon?
Okay.
Nuclear winter or nuclear summer?
Yeah, hush.
Hush.
No. Winter is not that bad. It gets cold and it does dip below freezing, but it's not subarctic or anything. So I would say for a ref, I would say the lowest it dips is about maybe 28. 28 Fahrenheit.
Oh, 20, okay.
But for the most part, it's mostly about 35 to 40.
Okay. And what is the actual snow accumulation like, if any, or is it just cold and there's not snow?
It's cold. It's lightly snowing. There's maybe about per year about maybe 14, maybe 15 inches of snow.
You're from the Midwest.
No, I'm from the Northeast.
Same difference. I'm from Michigan, so yeah.
Okay.
It had to be at least 14 inches of snow before school got called off.
So the next part of that question is, how does the community react to winter? So what do they do during the winter? How are their spirits?
Well, they have certain community type parties, because it doesn't come all at once. It gets spread out over a few months, and so mostly they dig in, and if it looks like it's going to be more than like 2 inches of snow, nobody goes out.
Yeah. And that makes sense. If you're primarily an agricultural area, winter is the time where you mend things, you rest up, recover. So yeah, perfect. All right. So what is your action?
Okay.
So discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Okay, I'm start a project to channel the power from the hydro plant to the community.
Okay, so we've got hydro, we got water. Now we're getting the power distributed out amongst all the populace. So everybody gets electricity. Okay.
Yes.
Roll a d6.
Okay.
And it's
it's going to take a while. Yeah.
Oh.
So we won't have that for some time in the campaign. But so the project is electricity to the masses.
yeah. Well, yeah.
King Gao wants this done right.
Yeah.
Well, also
Very
it's
particularly important to him.
finding enough wire to do it with too. That's the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
materials is a issue.
Yeah. So it'll take a little bit over a year for that to complete once the game starts.
Get to stripping that mall.
Yeah, could be. So I mean, the reason why we have things dangling is this gives your characters, like you, King wants
Plot
a strike
hooks.
team to go out and find these road warriors. Electricity to the masses is going to require more supplies than you have. You can go out and do that. So that gives us hooks for the game. Okay, so that is our enclave.
Yay.
So now we are going to make characters. And
Yep.
this is actually pretty quick. There's not a lot to it. So if
Yep.
you guys will reference the doc that I put together, the Google Doc,
Yep.
and
Okay,
just
let
look
me
at the
find that.
character
It's-
creation.
46 drop the lowest.
Sort of.
Oh, you
Before you do
modified
that, each of you have to decide what you're playing. If you're a pure strain human, a humanoid, or a mutated animal.
Mutated animal.
Each of them have benefits. Pure strain humans don't get any mutations, but they generally can use technology better, and things like AI, robots, and aware complexes generally will allow them to pass and won't attack them because they're seen as being human.
Also, better stats.
Yeah.
Okay, where'd you put the Google Doc?
It's in chat in Discord.
It's in the Discord chat.
Okay. Oh, I had to close that.
And the reason why it matters is because pure strain humans make their abilities a little differently than everybody else.
Yep. I'm going with a mutated animal. I've already decided I'm a raccoon.
Sure. Mutated animal. Okay. Steven, you got a feel for what you want? Oh, nice 18 there, John.
Yeah. I'm rolling in order. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's all of them.
Yep.
So,
Right.
Yeah, don't roll me because I'm not finding the link yet.
All right, John, just grab player 1 then, if no one's grabbed them
already,
yet.
already did.
You
Already did.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Steven?
I'm going to roll a d6 to determine what I am.
Make it random.
I am going to be also an animal.
A mutated animal. Okay, so
All right.
take them in order. You're rolling 4d6, drop the lowest, and take them in order for the attributes. Sharon, did you find the link?
Is that the one you sent that link to the rules?
No, it is to a Google Doc. I'll drop it again in the link. Give me just a second here.
All right. And then I noticed they actually have a link here to roll for physical mutations.
Okay, so in the Discord chat, I have now just dropped it.
3 and 3. 3 mental, 3 mute, 3 nope, /R.
/R, right.
Yeah. You just up arrow, just redo it again.
I know.
Okay,
I'm just
hold on,
writing it
guys.
down for
hold
my
on,
own.
Hold on. Sharon, did you get the link?
Yeah, I think I
Yep.
did.
Okay.
All right, so now I roll percentiles.
I may be too weak to live, Bert.
What did you roll for?
That's
second one?
intelligence. That's intelligence.
That's a 4.
Yeah, so you're low intelligence.
7,
So
12.
if Maria, you roll
13.
plus your con. I remember correctly. You roll plus your con for your physical and plus your int for your mental. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
All right, so Sharon, are you playing a pure strain human, a humanoid, or a mutated animal?
Pure human.
Pure human. Okay, so yours is slightly different. You're still rolling 46, drop the lowest, except for 3 stats where you just go ahead and you keep the lowest and include it in your total. Those 3 stats are intelligence, charisma, and constitution.
oh, that's a good one. Oh my god.
And you take them in order. So like if you look at the character sheet in Roll20, which character number slot did you take, Steven, or are you taking?
Haven't taken one yet. Let's see. I'll take number 2.
Okay, so Sharon, if you want to open up character 3,
I don't know if it's active or not. I'll come back to that. 82.
Character 3.
yep, take character 3. So you're going to be rolling 4d6 in order. So like roll 4d6, drop the lowest, and that's your mental strength. But for intelligence, charisma, and constitution, you're not dropping that 4th die. You're keeping it, including it in the total. So that should give you a better average than most for those 3 stats: intelligence, charisma, and constitution.
Okay, so that's 13 for which stat?
Is that your first roll? That's your mental strength would be a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to edit the roll 20 in a minute. So that's mental. you said?
Yes. Yep.
So
you'd
it'd
be
be
filling
12.
it in, you'd be filling it in where it says rolled. So the first column where it says MS, you'd be filling it in there.
Okay.
Well, are you playing a pure human or are you playing a mutant?
She's playing a pure human.
Then you got 13. I'll hold off rolling my mutation dice in a second. Actually, I'll just look at my mutations right now.
A 12.
Okay, a 12. 12. So that's your intelligence. That's the next one down. IN.
Okay. Another 12.
Okay, that's your dexterity, but you don't get to keep all 4 for the dexterity. So it's an 8. Well, no, it's a 10. So put a 10 in for dex.
Okay. And
Ooh, that's a low one. This is PS, which is physical strength. You only get to keep 3 of those. 5, so an 8.
Urgh.
Yeah, so an 8 in your physical strength.
She's fine.
Yeah, she can be. Yeah.
okay.
All right, so the next one, you get to keep all 4 of your dice, which is going to be charisma.
Okay. Roll something stupidly high.
Nice. Yeah, 16. That's good. There is
Pretty
no
high.
dump stat in this game. Every stat is useful for important things. So you have
Except intelligence, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
keep
My
telling
fault.
yourself that. All right, so CH or charisma is a 16 for you.
Uh-huh.
And the last one, constitution, you get to keep all 4 of your dice as well.
Okay.
Doesn't it have a cap of 18 though?
It does have a cap of 18. Yeah.
17.
17. Okay, nice. So you're very hardy, but you're not very strong. Actually, you're not very weak. I mean, you're just a little under average for strength.
Mm. No, I'm the powerhouse here. I got 18 strength. I'm a raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about this tall,
Okay.
and I can deadlift something,
There we go. All right, I'll fill in the character sheet.
Yeah, and the rest of that it's just the stats that we need off the bat. If you want to go through the rules and fill in the rest later, that's fine. But really, I just need the stats. And for the 2 mutants, we need to know what your mutant abilities are and how many you have.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Yep. So far, there's one defect. That's a defect, isn't it? 27 is a defect. So I got 1 mental defect.
Mm-hmm.
Be quiet.
Stephen, do you
I
see
didn't say anything.
Stephen, do you see the rules for your mutations? You got a handle on them?
I'm looking them up now. Just need to determine how many I need. I need to roll at least 2d4. Is that not right?
Yeah, you roll 1d4 twice. The first one you roll is the number of physical mutations you have. The second one is the number of mental mutations you have.
Mental and
Physical first.
first one's
and then
mental.
First
Yeah,
one's physical. The second one's
There-
mental.
There's literally a button in the character sheet to do that for you.
So 1 physical and 2 mental mutations. Okay, so when you figure out what mutations you have for the physical, you roll a D percentage and then you enter your constitution score as a bonus.
No defect. Wow.
And then for mental, you roll a D percentage, but you add in your intelligence score. And then you reference the mutation tables for your percentage roll.
Where are these tables?
They're in the core book. I didn't get them onto the Google sheet.
Page 100 in the core book.
Page 100 in the core
Yep.
book.
So Sharon, pure strain humans don't get mutations, but you also don't get further mutated when you're exposed to radiation. That basically is the pure strains mutation, is that you're essentially proof of getting mutations. But on the other hand, when you encounter things like robots and AIs, they're more likely to be friendly and useful to you than they are to other types that are mutants.
What page did you say the table was?
Actual 100.
100. Okay, let's see. I have a physical and 2 mental.
John, did you get all yours in?
Yep.
Okay, so let's
CH versus CN.
CH is charisma, Constitution is CN.
Okay, great, thanks.
So
yeah, go ahead and introduce your character then, John, if you've got him done there. What's his name?
Randy Raccoon.
Okay, he's a mutant raccoon then.
Mutant raccoon, who's basically. Let me just go look and see what I can lift, because I rolled an 18 for physical.
Yeah. Strong raccoon.
Yeah. What's the bonuses on that? Let's see the bonuses.
Well, that's not that important just yet. But what are his mutant powers?
Oh well, yes. I mean, besides being able to deadlift something with his, like he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, physical mutations. This is everyone will love him because of this. His first one is, of course, shape change.
Okay.
And he also does light generation, and he has heightened precision, which means he's really good at finding weak points and things, and doing additional 2d8. Yeah, 2d8 damage.
So here's the battle beastie then. That's essentially what you have.
Oh, yeah, that's my physical.
Yeah.
That's my 2d6, I think. Peso is 2db. I think it means 2d6. And my mental ones are temporal fugue, absorption, and stunning force. So yeah, I am the battle raccoon.
Nice. Okay, so we have our uplifted raccoon. Steven, did you get your powers? Or are you still working on them?
Still working on them, but one of them's teleportation apparently, which is
nice.
Redeems me completely.
Yeah.
But I'm also dark dependent.
Okay. Well, what kind of animal are you uplifted from?
I'm going to get my other mental thing to see. I mean, might be something that's like a bat or something, sensitive to light. Let's see. And 29. What is 29? Something good? Reflection. What is reflection? Maybe I'm a vampire.
It's a vampire bat.
Yes, I had to go back and find out what reflection is. Teleportation's at least self-explanatory, mostly. Not the limits, but you know what it does. Okay, reflection. What does reflection do? Nope, not gills. Couple down. Mental shield. Nope. I didn't get anything super cool. Besides teleportation. I got bad rolls, which is great. Best thing. Reflection. Oh, a little too far. Reflection. No, regeneration would have been cool. Reflection. Character can wholly or partially reverse an attack against himself by standing still and concentrating on it. Reflected damage is inflicted on the attacker instead. Okay, reflection is actually really cool. Only non-reflected damage inflicted on the character the first action. Okay. All damage reflected. So... and this is constant. Wow. That doesn't seem like a mental thing, but I guess it is. Okay. I am the most magnificent talking horse ever. Actually, a mule, but I am.
Okay, Wilbur.
All right, you're uplifted a mule. I mean, that still means that you can walk on your rear legs and you have opposable hoof parts.
My dex is 7. I'm going to say I'm actually
They're
not
difficult.
able to do that.
Yeah.
That's difficult.
Yeah, okay. So you use your mouth for most manipulation then. Then that could be why your dex is so low. Okay. That makes sense.
And also why my intelligence is also about 4. I'm really smart for a mule, but not for a person. Jack. His name is Jack. the pack mule.
Okay,
Jack
so
the
Jack the
Pack
Pack
Mule.
Mule. Okay, Sharon,
Oh.
have you decided what your character's name is?
Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Dax.
I didn't realize plant was an option.
It's not for player characters.
Yeah. Well, unless you have a willing GM.
Yeah.
Actually, we never named our settlement.
Oh yeah. What do you want to call it?
Hope.
Let's hear some names. Hope.
Let's see, something. It's an agricultural. I get the feeling it might have been an old company town, for a steel mill. So something that's probably actually a company name from back in the day that's got distorted.
Elko.
Yeah, but distorted
Yeah.
some.
Oh.
So Kim has joined us. She ran a little late on the late getting here, but she's with us now. So
Kim
enough,
exists?
just enough time that Kim can make her character, but she wasn't able to join in on the fun with creating the city. Hey, Kim.
Quick, draw her
Hey,
some
Kim.
cards and we'll roast her
Hi,
for
Kim.
something.
All right, Kim.
That was
So
totally
character
my
creation
Discord.
for this is really simple. So let's go ahead and do your character while everyone else finishes up. And if you guys want to think of some names for the city, just write them down. We'll do a little session after we make Kim's character.
Alco can become Jericho.
So Kim, do you have the links to get into the Roll20 page there?
Wait, the king is called Al.
That
Al
means,
Call
okay,
me.
here's roll 20.
So
Al Company.
L Company.
Here we go.
Wow, I can absorb damage. I can absorb damage from sonic blasts.
All right, let me have some time with Kim here to get her character
Sure,
going, guys.
go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what? So I see Randy Raccoon. I see Sharon's character. Steven, which character number are you using? 2 or 4?
2.
2. Okay, so Kim, if you can click on the character 4.
Okay.
And just let me know when you have that.
Here we go. And it was 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so the only thing that we're needing to fill out right now is along the left-hand side, you see MS, IN, DX, PS, CH, and CN. You see those along the left-hand side?
Yeah, it's marinating. Let's see. Okay, there's the character name. I mean, I'm in the character sheet.
Okay,
Maybe
sure.
I'm on the wrong tab.
Look at the second section from the top to the left. There's a whole bunch of circle boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so those are the attributes, and the only thing you need to fill in for right now is where the first column that says rolled. Okay? So before we fill in those numbers, though, you have 3 choices of the kind of character you're going to play. Either a pure strain human, which we have one in the group now. Doesn't mean you can't be. You sure can. Pure strain humans typically have a few better stats. Their charisma, constitution, and intelligence are typically better, as well as hit points. They're able to use technology better, and generally robots and artificial intelligence will try to help them, seeing them as being true humans. So that's the benefit of a pure strain human. A humanoid is a human that has mutations. Okay. Typically, sometimes AIs and computers will recognize them as humans if their mutations aren't too obvious. And the third kind is a mutated animal. So it's an animal that's been uplifted to human intelligence and usability. So of those 3 kinds, so far we have one that's a pure strain human. We have 2 mutated animals. And again, you can play whatever you want. It's not to say we're missing anything.
I mean, because I was looking at that, as soon as I realized it was in chat, I was looking at the humanoid sounded interesting to me. So
Cool.
It really did. Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, so a mutant, that works great. So you're going to roll 4d6, and you're going to choose the best 3, and then you're going to take the the abilities in order. So the first thing we're rolling for is your mental strength. So roll 46, and let's see what the 3 highest are.
Maybe I'm not a pack mule because I can't teleport stuff with me.
Oh, wow, that's a great. So 16 is your total. And I'm just going to put it in there for you under MS. So MS, your mental strength is a 16. The next thing we're rolling for is your intelligence. Another 4d6. Oh, wow. An 18.
Oh, so you're dropping the lowest one?
You're dropping the lowest, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Depending on the stat.
Yeah, but 18 intelligence. Nice. So the next is dexterity.
She's
Okay,
putting
you're
me
the
to
smart
shame.
This is where it's going to roll badly.
No, that's still pretty good. So 14. Oh, no, sorry. A 16.
16.
Yeah, wow. Okay,
Take
so
a
now...
back seat, raccoon.
Next is your physical strength. Again, 46.
Oh. Well.
11. Okay, a little bit better than average, but, not bad at all. Next is your charisma.
Okay.
Same thing, 46. Drop 1. Okay.
Good Lord.
So 15, not bad. And the last thing is your constitution.
Okay.
Did it roll? Yeah.
Did it?
So
Keeps
maybe.
all 4 of those, so 16, right?
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
It's drop 1. She's not a pure strain. She's humanoid.
Oh,
So 15. Still a good number. Wow, you've got some great stats on this one. Okay, so the next thing is to figure out what your mutations are. So roll me. Let's see here. Mutations. Okay. Okay, roll me 2d4.
Oh, there are buttons in the sheet. You can click the roll for do the rolls.
That's all right. So
Yeah.
a 2 and a 3. So you have 2 physical mutations and 3 mental mutations. So for the 2 physical, roll me a D percentage dice twice.
Oh dear. Okay, yeah, I need to pull out the dice in the sheet. But how do you roll the percentage?
/ D100.
That's what I thought.
or dice roller.
Yeah. I
Okay,
got it.
so 69 plus your 69, so 70, 80. So an 80 on the list. Okay, let me look it up real quick here. If you want to open up the Gamma World rules, we're looking at the chart for the mutant powers. If you don't want to, that's fine. I can look it up for you real quick here.
Okay, yeah, let me find it.
Yep. It's page 100. Actual
Okay.
page 100.
Mutation list. Okay, here we go. So 80. For physical. For human is chameleon powers.
Ooh,
Hmm.
Okay.
that sounds interesting. Okay, here we go.
Oh, should I be looking at this chart, Bert, or
No,
not?
no, pure strain humans don't get mutated.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, just cool, just checking.
Mhm.
So chameleon powers. Okay, I'm just going to type that in. All right, the next one is, what did you roll? A 21? So a 32 is a phobia. Okay, a phobia of some kind. Okay, we can look that up a little bit later. Okay, roll another 2 D percentages. Actually,
two?
hold on. 3 this time. 3.
Okay.
Okay, so 4. Okay, and so this is a mental. So wow, so almost a 20, 46, 66, 68. So to telepathy power, a teller. Okay, we can look up what that is later, but okay, and a 16, so 34 is poor dual brain. So you've got like a coprocessor.
What is it? I've been watching an anime called So What I'm on a Spider, and the character's got 4 parallel personalities.
And then your last one is actually I'm looking at the wrong place. The gamma eye is that one, and this repelling force should have been your last one, not poor dual brain. So repelling force, and 80 is the gamma eye is your third. And teller is incorrect. Let me see what that was instead of teller. I think it was telepathy. It is telepathy instead of teller. Okay, so that's all I needed. Again, you can look at the rules and go back and fill in the rest of your sheet later. I just kind of needed to know what your powers are. So you've got a phobia. So you've got 1 negative power.
I think the phobia actually has a table you need to roll on.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Okay,
Let me look. See, phobia, molecular disruption.
I have decided I am
Oh.
not a pack mule, but a messenger owl.
You're a messenger owl. Okay.
Ken,
Someone
Hey.
has seen too much Harry Potter and kind of crossed a parrot with an owl to, get some talking in. But I can teleport and carry messages like no one's business.
page 21, Kim.
Alrighty.
Yep, and just roll d6, and we know which kind of phobia you got.
Oh, this will be fun.
Don't roll 3. Ooh,
Well, it wasn't a 3.
nyctophobia. You're afraid of the dark.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Especially
Character
since
will-
Character will, if exposed to darkness,
Scream
stand
uncontrollably.
frozen and scream uncontrollably.
you got to make sure that you've always got a light source handy. And it's interesting because one of our other characters needs to be in darkness. That's going to be fun.
So I looked up all my shape change lets me become any mammal, insect, or reptile. It doesn't say human, but it says any mammal. So I'm going to figure any animal out there.
Yeah.
It lasts for an hour or until I decide that I'm sick and tired of being a rat. Light generation. I can generate a flash of light similar to that of a flash cube, but from my body, and it basically blinds everyone within 15 meters.
Okay.
Heightened precision. Character instantly finds any weakness in structures, objects, or opponents. Damage he does is increased by 2d6 per attack.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. And end this now. Then, so we've got 1 pure strain human. Sharon's character is going to be like the very. There are very few pure strain humans left in existence, Sharon.
Okay.
And they become very useful when you have to go up against technology, AIs, and computers. Because, as was brought up earlier, the computers all run under Asimov laws. They have to protect and they have to help human beings. Pure strain humans are always seen as being human beings. So that's a definite advantage. Do you have a name for your character?
Yeah, Dax.
Dax. Okay. John has an uplifted Raccoon by the
Well,
name of
mutant Randy Raccoon.
Randy
Oh,
Raccoon.
I love the one power I have, which means I'm at holy terror, temporal fugue. I can make multiple copies of myself.
Oh, jeez. Nasty. Okay.
D10 copies.
And Steven is an uplifted owl by the name of
Jack.
Archibald? Okay.
Jack.
Just Jack.
Just Jack.
Which can teleport and pretty much teleport. It, also reflects damage when attacked because, you gotta maintain messenger security.
Mm-hmm.
I got some pigeon in me. I'm really a bird, mutant. All sorts of birds in me. They took a lot of traits. Talk like a parrot, all that.
Sure.
Probably good with wild rice.
Kim, you have a name for your character?
Well, I was gonna do a female character.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll name her Corel.
Corel. Spell that for me.
Kerel.
Okay, cool. All right. So that is our cast of characters then. Yeah. All right. So Kim, I will be exporting this out to YouTube shortly. I'll give you the link to it if you want to listen to what your city ends up being that you are part of. Otherwise, once we end this recording, we will talk about when we want to play our opening session of this with the problems that we figured out during our city generation. So say goodbye, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording here.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Toodaloo.